Are you struggling with how to use nades inside a Counter-Strike Global Offensive? Do you feel like a noob when you're buying these smokes, flashes, mollies, HEs? Well, today I'm going to give you a beginner's guide on how to use utility inside a Counter-Strike Global Offensive and when you should be using it and how to set your teammates up. First, guys, I just want to say, do not buy utility on pistol round if you are not good with it. The biggest mistake new players make to the game is just randomly buying equipment on pistol round instead of buying armor. Always buy a Kevlar vest on pistol round if you are not good with utility. This is going to be the easiest way for you to get impact on pistol round instead of buying stuff you're not going to use. Now, with that out of the way, guys, I actually wanted to show you a cool mechanic. Now, a lot of you know that you can throw grenades inside of Counter-Strike by left-clicking and right-clicking, right? This is very common. But did you know there's actually an infinite amount of ways to throw HEs inside of this game? I'll show you once again. This is left-click, this is right-click, and now this is middle-clicking, guys. But see how there's 3 different paths? We can actually do an infinite amount of distances and stuff by changing the amount of time we're holding and clicking down. And as you can see, my left hand on your screen right here is actually moving up and down depending on how long I'm holding this button. And guys, this works on both sides. You can left click first and then right click, and you can left click first and then right click. And like I said, it's going to be an infinite amount of ways. And why this is useful is because when you're in a certain situation, say you're here in window and you want to kind of loft it in there like you're a basketball player, you can utilize this little mechanic where you hold it down instead of just left clicking it off the roof. You know what I mean? So it can be really useful when you're trying to pinpoint the precision. And I didn't know until I had so many hours in the game that there's so many ways to throw grenades. Now, guys, I don't know if you know about the best site to open CSGO cases, and I have a message from the sponsor of today's video.
Hey guys, make sure to check out CSGO Net. On CSGO Net, you can play with upgrades, trade-ups, and of course, so many different cases with extremely cool drops inside. Here's an example of one of the cases. I unboxed a pair of Shadow Daggers Doppler for huge profit. I also used their upgrade feature to get an M4A1S skin that I love while making profit with it. Withdrawing on the site is extremely easy. Simply go to your profile, find the skin that you want, and click claim. So guys, if you want to play on CSGO Net, they have so many options on how to deposit. If you use code CoJoMo, you will get a 40% bonus to your deposit. That is insane. For those of you lucky enough, there's a limited code CoJo that will get you a 100% bonus on your deposit. Link to CSGO Net will be in the description.
All right, now that we have the sponsor out of the way, guys, I wanted to continue this video. So now that you know that there's different ways to throw nades and you shouldn't be buying them on pistol round, how are we going to set up our teammates, right? And one thing you guys need to understand is flashes are going to be your best friend to get kills, right? Flashes in this game are your everything. When you throw a flash, it's going to blind the other team and make it so that it doesn't matter how good they are, they're not going to be able to shoot back at you, right? Your enemy could be a professional player, but he's full blind, so your teammate can get the kill. So what you want to do inside of the game is throw flashes in areas that the other team is going to be affected by it, but your teammates aren't. Take connector on Mirage here. We can throw flashes over here and have a teammate swing down here and not be blind. He can swing and not get affected by the flash at all, while enemies top mid are going to be blind. You'll see this very often with teammates in window calling flash over window, flash over window. They'll flash, they'll peek with it, and they'll get kills on enemies that are full blind. Now, guys, what we are going to do is smokes inside of Counter-Strike. Think about these as temporary walls, right? Smokes are going to help block off areas of the map where the enemies are going to be able to get crossfires and, you know, do that kind of thing. And smokes prevent them from having that line of sight that they desperately need. Take CT for example here. There's a lot of players that will sit back here and wait for you to come in, but if you can throw a smoke that lands right here, it's going to block out their vision and make their life very difficult, and they're gonna have to find creative ways to get past your utility. So smokes in this game are temporary walls, and it's very important to learn that. Now, guys, with mollies, these are going to help flush out areas of the map, right? Molotovs are going to help you clear areas of the map like Sandwich here in Mirage, and so that you know that nobody is playing there. You throw that molly and now you know, okay, no one's there, no one's there. Another common one is mollying under balcony here. You throw that, all right, nobody's under balcony, that's mollied off, we're good. So use mollies to help break down parts of the map and make your map smaller. It's all about making your map smaller and cutting down the angles that you could die from. Your smokes are going to block off the vision, your mollies are going to cut off parts of the map, and your flashes are going to help your teammates fight people who are blind, right? Now with HEs, these are just going to be your damage chunkers. One example is here on Mirage, you could jump out window and nade top mid as you're running in. This is my hit somebody that's scaling out here to try to kill you. HEs are mostly just to get early damage on their round, right? It's getting that 50 minus 50 onto the other team so that they're weaker, right? And on CT side, guys, it is so important. I have an AK here, but say you're jump spotting B and you throw a nade in here. Even if it hits the other team for 12 damage, that HE was so important because now your enemy is 88 health, right? And your M4 now turns into an AK in the sense that it can one shot in the head. HEs are so important, and you should be trying to get at least 10 damage with your HEs because that is the breaking point on when it makes your M4 into the strongest weapon in the game. Without that, you're going to dink them in the head and it's not going to be as effective. So that HE chip damage is huge. And at a higher level, what people do with HEs is, if you know an enemy is in a certain spot, like say you know an enemy's here, what players do is they'll double nade stack stuff. So they'll have 2 players here and they'll throw 2 HEs at the same time. And these are going to hit the same spot and not give the other player a chance to escape, leaving him to die before he can do anything about it. Alright guys, now that we talked about the uses of every single utility inside of the game, I want to teach you guys what a jump throw is. So a jump throw essentially makes it so that you can smoke off areas of the map farther away. This is extremely vital to have, and you need to do it in order to be consistent, because if not, you're just going to be running and throwing a smoke and it's going to go who knows where. Like this one, it just goes into the other side of the map, right? So with a jump throw, you're going to consistently be able to smoke things off like window and mirage, and it's going to land where you've remembered these lineups. It's going to go a lot farther than a regular throw, and like I said, it's going to make your life a lot easier. You can see these on A site mirage, same thing, smoking off CT, doing stuff like that. Jump throws are vital, and you need to be able to have one. Bind it to whatever key you're comfortable with, and it's going to make your life easy. And speaking of binding things to keys, guys, you need to have your nades separated. You cannot scroll to them and be here scrolling like this to try to find your nades. Have each nade to a button on your keyboard or mouse, and trust me, you will start playing so much better. You need to be able to pull these nades out instantly, right? Same thing with your guns, how you have your key bindings with for your guns, your secondary, your knife, your weapon. For your HEs, your smokes, your mollies, everything, you need to have a button so that it instantly like that, you can press it and it's out. No more scrolling, guys. I know it's hard, I know it's easy, but no more. Now, before this video ends, I want to show you a little tip, and that is actually one-way smokes, guys. One-way smokes, this is getting a little more advanced, but essentially there's smokes that you can throw that you can kind of cheese the game a bit and play around. Like right here, I just threw one where I can see on the outside of it, but from the enemy's perspective, they cannot see you at all. It just looks like a normal smoke to them, and believe it or not, they can't see you at all. So you see this all around the map. There's people who one-way this ticket smoke right here and play above it. The enemy team cannot see you at all, and essentially you're just getting an advantage over your opponent without them knowing. So keep that in mind whenever you see a smoke up around the map. Your enemy might be using it to their advantage, and they might actually be able to see you and you can't see them. People do this all the time on Mirage and Connector. They play behind this, and it's just such a favorable fight. So use this to your advantage and make sure the enemies aren't doing that to you. Okay, so if you guys found this guide extremely helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and make sure to leave a like on this video. If this video gets over 100 likes, I will make sure to do another beginner's guide video on whatever the top comment is. I'm here to teach you guys. I'm here to learn with you, and this year is going to be our year. I post videos every single day for you guys, and I'm excited to keep grinding. So thank you so much. You all have a great day. Peace out.